What's up, guys? Your boy D-Diddy171 here, bringing you some tip videos on Titanfall. I'm doing the top 10 tips and tricks for beginners for Titanfall. It was well received for my Battlefield 4 video, so I will be doing it for Titanfall. So, let's cut to the chase. Let's get on with the tips. In the background, you'll see some campaign multiplayer from the IMC side. Tip number 1. Use the gun that fits you the best, and use the abilities and tactical abilities that actually fit you the best. What I mean by this is that, I like picking people off from a distance, but keep the ability to do close range engagements. So I'm really comfortable with the G2A4 rifle. And some people is different. I've seen a lot of people use the R2010C carbine, which is probably the most best all-around gun in the game. So you basically have to find the gun that fits you the best. And also, don't be afraid to experiment, though. I have to keep that in mind. And also, one other thing, use the abilities that fit that gun to your playstyle. So basically, for a sniper, probably cloak or active radar pulse is probably the best two tactical abilities you can use. And for maybe a rush class, stim is probably the best to use in a situation you want to rush around, kill a lot of enemies, get up close and personal, and all that stuff. If you want to be a Titan hunter and climb aboard, probably stim. If you want to just kind of keep out of sight a little bit, maybe cloak could probably help better with that too, playstyle. Speaking of abilities, my next tip is choose the Titan that actually fits you. There's 3 Titans in the game. There's the Atlas, which is the all-around, the Ogre, which is more armor but it's very slow, and the Strider, which is very fast. So you basically have to use the Titan that fits you. So if you want to rush around and be really fast, the Strider's definitely the Titan for you. If you want to be like the big hulking monster, the Ogre. If you just want it all around, the Atlas is probably the best for you. And also choose the weapons that actually fit that Titan. So I believe that maybe for the Strider Titan, the best weapons are probably the ones that you can fire fast, like the XO16 chain gun, or maybe in the 40mm cannon, which pretty much goes with any of the Titans. And maybe for the Ogre, probably the more powerful weapons, like the arc cannon or the plasma gun. Those are probably best for the Ogre, and I'm using the plasma for my Atlas for some reason. And I didn't really understand how this thing worked first, but in the second game I understand how this works. So it's really important to know what these weapons do, what the Titans do for you, and fit your playstyle to that. Number 3, which is most important, don't forget the parkour, because that is the majority of the game. It's basically the parkour movement, wall running, double jumping, and all that stuff. A lot of people don't. I mean, I've seen a lot of people just kind of run around the ground level and all that stuff. That's not the greatest way to do things. Probably the best way is try to get around by using the wall runs, because if you do wall runs, they actually build up speed. And the more faster you go, the harder you're hit. You can be hit, and the best. And also, you can actually get to point A to point B a lot faster by basically doing wall runs. And also double jumping. You can actually, there's techniques where you can actually go 4 to 4 from window to window, like go from the top window to the bottom window by using the double jump. And it's a really advanced technique, very useful. And if you master that, that'd be very beneficial. And also in terms of parkour, don't forget the wall hang. Sometimes wall hang can be very useful, especially if you just try to get out of Titan and you don't want to be on ground level. You want to have the high ground, and you want to use something like the smart pistol to maybe pick somebody off that's near you, that's kind of unaware of your presence. So don't forget the wall hang. And also the sidewinder actually really helps with really helps with if you want a wall hang and all that stuff. So make sure you guys don't forget the wall hang. Don't forget to do the parkour movements too, because it gets you to point A to point B faster. And also it actually helps you understand the levels more and all this stuff. And it also helps you get a beat on your opponent if they want to stay on the ground and you have the high ground. The number 4 tip is probably a very big one. Is that, when you have the Titan warfare and all that stuff, the best way to defeat enemy Titans is overwhelm them. What I mean by that is stick together as a team, as a unit. So to say 3-on-1. three times versus one, most likely the 3 times will win. Usually, it's all about outnumbering your opponent. And once you see in some of these clips I hear, basically, if you gang up on one Titan, it's basically doomed, honestly. And also, you can survive in your Titans longer if you stick together. So stick together, guys, in your Titans. Especially try to coordinate with each other via headset if you do have a headset. If you don't have a headset, maybe sometimes sticking with the person, like just kind of following them around, can actually help. You procure those Titan kills and also those Titan doom states. And you can also pick up Titan assists and all that stuff, which helps you level up faster. So stick together, guys. Stick together with your Titans and all that stuff. Tip number 5 I can give you is try to get into your Titans as fast as possible. What I mean by this is you basically get in your Titans faster, you basically can't camp. And what I mean is that you have to kill pilots, you have to doom Titans or destroy Titans, and also have to kill the AI. You get more time by killing pilots and dooming Titans. And probably the pilot kills are probably the most important thing. You have to actively hunt for people to get your Titan fast. So basically you have to keep the aggressive, try to find these pilots, kill them so you get time off of your build time. And also that kind of holds true for damage core and all that stuff. The more pilots you kill, the more specters you kill, the more Titans you doom, the faster you can get your shield core, your damage core if you're an Atlas, or your dash core if you're a Strider. So you have to keep aggressive to get all these things, because if you want to go for big gameplays, you can't sit in a corner like Call of Duty, pick people off, get your Harrier, get your nuke and all that stuff by just sitting in a corner. You can't do that in this game. You have to keep moving. You have to build up, take time off by basically killing everything in sight. That's basically what you have to do. That's true for almost every single game mode in Titanfall, including Hardpoint, Capture Flag, and also Pilot Hunter, which is basically only pilot kills count. So you gotta get your Titans fast. And one other way you can do this, get Titans fast, is use the pull card. Use the burn cards like pull rank or decisive action or most wanted list, or some of the burn cards that actually help you reduce time off your build. So make sure you use those. And that kind of goes to my number 6 tip, is don't forget to use your burn cards. And probably the most valuable burn card is the burn cards that actually get your Titan faster, like your pull rank or your most wanted, which actually take time off, more time off the build time if you go on the killing spree and all that stuff. And also the other burn cards are maybe the amped version of the RC 2010 carbine and all that stuff. I usually don't even bother with the amped pistols because they're kind of worthless. I usually discard them. But keep them, use the burn cards to your advantage, and also keep the 3 that you actually really enjoy, which for me is usually a pull rank card, an amp version of weapon, and maybe something else, maybe like another pull rank card or actually another weapon. Those are the burn cards that really I like the most. And I usually put 3 and make sure I burn all 3 of them, because you'll be unlocking so much stuff in so many cards. So make sure you use your burn cards. And that goes to my number 6 tip, is to discard the burn cards that you do not use. Let's just say you get a really nice burn card, like you earn a burn card like, you know, a spare Strider, a spare Ogre, a spare Atlas. So basically you can spawn in with your Titan, but your deck is full. You have 25 cards. You know what happens to that card? It doesn't even get in your deck. So make sure you keep some spots open for extra burn cards. Like I usually keep like 5 or 6 or 7 slots open on my deck of burn cards, to just in case, you know, I earn more. Like I think I've earned like 5-6 burn cards in one game, and you have to keep and a lot of those were valuable. And I discard the ones I didn't like the burn card pistols, which I have no idea why people would use, but they will use them. So make sure you discard the burn cards that you do not use. Number 8 and this is a very, very nice little pro tip for you guys, is like when you're in a Titan, you gotta be aware of the sounds of pilots boarding your Titan. And what I mean is that, you know, it's kind of like sound whoring, especially if you have headphones. You can hear them. Like when the pilot boards your Titan, you can hear them like walk on the metal and all that stuff. It could be a friendly though, but if you're an enemy territory, it's most likely an enemy, and it doesn't warn you until they actually start shooting your brains out of the Titan. It doesn't. The Titan does not warn you that. So basically, you can actually, if you can hear them, you can get out and take care of them like so quickly. And also, this kind of goes both ways. If you're boarding a Titan and you hear a psh sound from the Titan, that means that the pilot has disembarked. It's probably time to get out of there to eliminate the pilot that's basically been disembarked. So if you hear that psh sound, you gotta get off, maybe go to cloak mode, and then take out the pilot. And then once you take out the pilot, you go back on to work on the Titan, kill the Titan that's not in attrition, that's 9 attrition points, just like that. So those are those are kind of really pro tips, I should say, that can really help for a beginner. It's basically just kind of sound whoring a little bit. It's not sound whoring like Call of Duty, don't worry about that, but it can really help out. I mean, I cannot tell you how many times I've gotten a lot of kills and saved my own ass by basically just kind of listening for a pilot boarding your Titan, or if you're boarding a Titan or trying to rodeo it, you hear the pilot disembark his Titan. So if you don't pay attention, you're most likely dead. That's all I have to say. And probably the number 9 tip is probably the one most important. This kind of goes for all game modes. Is a lot of the maps have elevated positions. You have to control that elevated position. You know why? Because a lot of the Titans run on the ground level, and also the Spectres. If you have the high ground, you can basically pick them apart from up top. It's just like Modern Warfare. You want to have the high ground. Like in medieval warfare, you want to have the high ground because you can actually look down, and it's harder for them to hit you at a high ground, and it's easier for you to hit them on the ground level. And also, you can plan strategies there if you want to like move from place to place, like hardpoint to hardpoint. I'm not saying to camp there, no way, but just like kind of control that area. Just make sure there's like maybe one guy just kind of roaming around that area to make sure it's your team controls that area. That's really important for hardpoint domination, most likely, to control the high ground. I'm not saying you guys, I said do not camp in this game, but just kind of run around, just try to find people to shoot or doom Titans and all that stuff. You can actually board Titans from the high ground, so that's another big advantage of having the high ground in Titanfall. And my final tip, final tip, and this is probably the most important tip of them all. Have fun. Honestly, have fun, because hey, this is a new game, and let's be honest, guys, these games are made to be for fun. You may have your friends, have a good time, just have those good moments that you want to have, like those great childhood memories that you have, like with your friends, just playing Titanfall, having just playing the strategy, having that nice epic moment where you basically take out them and doom, like rodeo 4 Titans in a row, and you destroy them all, and it really helped your team pull ahead at attrition. That's one of my favorite modes I just had, and too bad I wasn't recording it, but that was one of my big favorite modes. So you basically have to have fun, guys, and don't get frustrated, because be honest with you, this is not like Call of Duty. This is more of a casual game to have fun with. So those are my tips, and have fun, guys. Just don't take it too seriously. I know YouTube and all that bullshit, I mean, people talking about, oh, let's do competitive Titanfall and all that stuff. Just have fun, guys. That's the one thing that's kind of been missing out in these games. Just have fun. So those are my tips for you for Titanfall. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like. Catch you guys on the next one.